finally, the controlling part of it uh, uh, is where you try to control uh, control and communication, and see whether the uh, uh, the expected level of communication has happened in your project, to ensure that this is the level of expectation of communication that was expected at the beginning of the project. So now we are at the middle of the project, and whether that expected level of communication has happened, and whether your stakeholder expectations has been met when it comes to communication of information. So you can monitor and control and see whether communication during your project, whether that expectation has been met during your project time. So so in monitoring, directly coming to the outputs, basically what you're trying to achieve is that to see whether your communication has been as per the expected. So you can actually do a survey and see whether how effective your communication as a project, how effective your communication has been. You can do a survey to your team members or even to your stakeholders, and see whether you have been effective in communicating project statuses or updates about your project to your stakeholders. Or simple interviews, a round of interviews, a periodic round of interviews. You can discuss with your stakeholders, you can discuss with your customer managers, and see whether they have been whether they have received the communication information, whether they are satisfied with the communication that has been happening in the previous few months, whether new improvements has to get done. Then they will say, look here, we require this type of information about the project, and we will prefer to get updated on these certain information. So you can obtain feedback from your stakeholders, and see whether how effective your communication has been. And depending on that, you can have certain corrective actions to get done in your communication plan, and adjustments to get done in your communication plans. So sometimes it can raise change request, because sometimes they might require some cost involved communication changes, that is require certain cost. So then again it might do a change request to your project manager master project.